Here in D.C., the federal government is mailing more than 100 million questionnaires like this one right here to households all this week for the 2010 census. But among those legitimate letters, some fakes out there sent by thieves hoping to steal your identity. So how can you spot the real census forms from the fake ones? GMA financial contributor Melody Hobson has what you need to know to avoid census scams. She's back there in New York. And before we get to the scams, which is so important, of course, Melody, what's equally important is that you fill out these census forms and turn them back in, right?
It is mandated by law, and it's really important because this has to do with $400 billion in federal funding that affects everything from schools in your community to hospitals to emergency funding, all sorts of things. The count also affects how many people from your state go to the U.S. House of Representatives. So that, of course, has a big deal. The good news is the form is easier than it ever was before. 10 questions, estimated to take about 10 minutes, really, really simple. The bad news is when you don't fill out the form, which is mandatory, it does result in undercounting, which disproportionately affects low-income African Americans and Hispanics. So we really want to make sure people get counted.
And it really, as you said, doesn't take long. In fact, a couple of people here in the studio crew in Washington said they've already filled out theirs, and there have been some effective commercials that we've seen about the importance of it. But there is just one form. That's where we should start about these scams. Just one form, Melody?
There is one form. If you want to check it out, you should be getting it in the mail right now, but you can go on census.gov and look at it, look at the 10 questions. If you get something that asks for personal information, if it asks you to send any kind of money or donations, if you get anything that ask you for any kind of bank information, you do not have the right form. And that is probably someone trying to do some kind of identity theft or to scam you. So make sure you stick with the right form and you don't give any personal information.
What if somebody claims that they're going to email you the form? I've never heard of that.
No. The U.S. Census Bureau does not send anything via email. Nothing. So if you get an email, that's phishing, and that, of course, is, again, someone who's trying to do something very bad. Do not respond. Absolutely delete it. That's not a good idea. Do not open any kind of links or any kind of attachments on any kind of U.S. Census email. It's not official.
And will they contact you by phone? Because one of the questions, they do ask for your phone number on the form.
Possibly. And they said they will contact you by phone if they don't understand one of your answers. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If they need to clarify something or maybe you didn't write legibly, they may contact you by phone. They may also visit you at home if you don't respond. The Census Bureau has hired 800,000 part-time workers to go door to door starting on May 1st for people who have not sent in their form. You want to ask for an ID and absolutely do not let them in your home. They're actually trained to take all the information at your doorstep.
Bottom line here, Melody, as you've said over and over again, whether it's a census form or any other kind of form, do not give out information, vital financial information, unless you're absolutely sure who you're giving it to.
Do not give out financial information, I would say ever. So, this is not the kind of thing you want to do by phone or email or anything like that, because there are a lot of scammers out there and they look very official. That's the most important thing. So, especially with the census, that would not be what a Census Bureau questionnaire would look like in any way.
All right. And again, it's very, you said you got yours already too?
Yes, I just got mine in the mail on Monday and just sent it off. I want to be counted.
As you said, it's the law. It's the law.
That's right.
Thanks, Melody. Thank you for those tips. And you can find all of these tips, plus Melody explains why the census could mean a new employment opportunity for you. You can find all this at our website at abcnews.com.